Hmm. Welcome to Mirror Domains, and this is my women talking and a man called Otto review extravaganza, reviews galore. Actually, we just finished watching Duel this morning here on the channel Mirror Domains, a Karen Gillan film where she plays a clone of herself that she's got to Duel, the other one, for the right to live. Very fascinating movie, guys, and that's what we do here on this channel. We watch movies together. When we talk about movie news, we do movie reviews, pretty much everything movies. And Byford the Hobbit in the live chat says, hey, how's it going? Hey, Byford, how's it going? So you wanted to talk about the movie The Wonder. This show doesn't really have a format because it's kind of like just me turning on the camera, and eventually it's going to be turning into probably a members only kind of thing, where people will be able to come in on this, because our schedule here on the show is, our schedule here on the channel is a little bit different than what most people are expecting. It's a work in progress, this schedule that we're working on tentatively right now. We've sort of done it this week. Mondays and Fridays are when we do movie news shows, guys. When we do like our traditional style of me talking with, like the old column right here and stuff like that. It'll be those traditional styles, so those aren't going anywhere. But during the week, we will be doing a lot more movie watch-alongs. And what that's going to do is going to free us up to just cover a lot more stuff that people, prefer to watch. And, I'll have to do a better job of promoting this stuff, but I'm just trying to figure out the schedule now. So this is what I sort of drew up last week. We'll change this a little bit more, and we'll refine this as the weeks come along, right? Because what I wanted to do with this is free up my afternoons. I want to free up the afternoons so that we can do things like The Last of Us, Mandalorian's watch-alongs will be in the afternoons as well. But as you can see here, I've got Tuesday afternoon and Friday afternoons and Thursday mornings. It'll be shorter on Thursday mornings because I got other responsibilities I have to do on Thursdays normally. It's just it opens up the afternoon for us to do things just like this, where we can come on, talk with people in the live chat, ask questions and stuff, and talk about movie news stuff. That will all get rounded up again on our Friday and Monday shows, but it'll be just kind of like things for people to interact and talk and stuff like that. So it'll be very informal kind of thing, right? Byford the Hobbit says, do you like the behind-the-scenes footage of The Wonder? Behind-the-scenes footage of The Wonder. Now, have I seen behind-the-scenes footage? No. Florence Pugh. Let's just take a look at that. The Wonder, guys, was a movie with Florence Pugh last year on Netflix. And I did watch it. She plays like a doctor or a nurse, really. A nurse, right? She goes to this Irish little town or village where this girl hasn't eaten food for like months and months on end, right? And she's there to investigate, is it real or what's happening with it? And it's a very controversial ending. I'm a Florence Pugh fan, so I had to check it out. Who else is in this? Toby Jones, Kieran Hines, 87% by critics, 73% by the audience. And Byford asks, have I seen the behind-the-scenes footage? No, I don't think I have. The shocking true story behind the story of the starving girl behind the Netflix Wonder. Yeah, opening and twist ending. Now, I wouldn't really call it a twist ending, but I'll pull up this story here. I don't think we can watch the entire video because it's probably going to have... Why is that only 144, James? Beef that up a little bit. So it's kind of like, is it real or is it like a spiritual event that's allowing her not to survive while eating? Now, we didn't do a watch along for it last year. I just kind of popped it on because I was still in the mentality of just watching movies for myself kind of thing. But I figure, hey, let's take advantage of that and we'll share movies like this from the future now going on forward. So it looks like it was maybe based on an actual event, the Brooklyn Enigma. Some person that doesn't eat still survives. Fasting is a thing. Like, people do 72-hour fasts not 3 month or what is it, 8 months fast. Yeah, somebody was sneaking her food. How did the little girl not die for not eating for 8 months? Was the mom sneaking her food? In the beginning of the end of The Wonder, they showed the audience studio, yeah, because they try to show that it was filmed on a stage and stuff like that, dealing with this subject. And it's I thought it was an okay little film. You know, I didn't have any problems with it. I did a review for it actually, didn't I? But yeah, it just goes into the question of faith and stuff like that. Because the Irish town believes that it's real and stuff like that. Yeah, there's Toby Jones, Kieran Hines. I don't know who this other guy in the middle is. Medical experiments or exploitation. You know, just kind of like, it deals with those questions. Like, okay, they believe that it's a religious thing, but is somebody secretly feeding her? What's going on with there? So there's a mystery, right? There's a wonder to it. Hence why it's called a wonder. And the ending was a bit controversial. So no, I haven't seen this video. I guess I'll need to check it out, I suppose. Figure out what the filmmakers were behind it. This girl did a good job with it, though. She did. And a very controversial ending. I wonder if... we can read some of the comments here. The Wonder is a beautifully filmed story with the lovely performances by Niamh Algar. How do you pronounce that? Damn it. Niamh Algar, Florence Pugh, and Kyla Lord Cassidy. When the kitty broke the fourth wall and made eye contact with the camera, it honestly gave me chills. What? Oh yeah. Well, it is what it is. Let's figure out how to pronounce this name, guys. It's from Censor. All right, let's check this out. Neve. Okay. Of course you got an ad playing before this. Neve. It says Ardglass Vikings, and he's my go-to guy to talk about Irish stuff.
Name. This is a girl's name or a female name. We are looking at how to pronounce Neve.
Neve.
Yes, this name has been anglicized with
so
a different spelling now.
Neve. Interesting name, yeah. Good movie though, guys. I'd recommend go checking it out. It's on Netflix, so you can look at that at your leisure. A lot of people glossed over it because it didn't really make a whole lot of waves. I did a review for it, didn't I? Come on, James. You must have. Here are domains. The Wonder. Did I see if it pulls up here? Yeah, I did. Yeah, my thumbnails. I need to work on my thumbnails, guys. Oh, wow. Look at that one. Wonder Woman review. Oh, wow. That's when I used to use the old green screen and stuff. I wish I could go back to doing the green screen stuff. But oh, my God. Look at me there. Look how... Wow. Amazing. HBO Max, Wonder Woman. Yeah. Okay, 2 years ago. Wow. Yeah, I've been around for a while, I suppose, here on the YouTubes. Chris Schober says, I heard that there is a Violent Night 2 in production. Yes, there is. That got greenlit yesterday, I believe. Yeah, that can bring us down to talking about... let's just take a quick look at what Hollywood Reporter has up on their page, and then we'll get into some movie reviews here. Just see if there's any big headlines out there that jump out at me. I don't care about Fox News. Poker Face on Peacock is a good hit, apparently. Okay, from Natasha Lyonne. Razzie Award organizers apologize and remove 12-year-old Ryan Kira Armstrong from nominee ballot after backlash. Oh, yeah. Let's pull that up. Because we looked at the Razzies this week. We looked at it on Monday. Yeah, well, why was she under there for backlash? 12th annual picks. Yeah, what was she in though? Firestarter. That's right. She was in Firestarter. And I didn't think that she was that bad in Firestarter. Again, it just goes to point out there that the Razzies, people have fun with him, and yeah, I know that you're not supposed to take it seriously, but it's just stupid. It's stupid, and um, yeah, I just like they're trying to be funny with their things, and it's not funny, right? When they're saying that, oh, the worst couple of the year is Tom Hanks and his makeup in Elvis. No, guys, get out of here with that stuff. I don't pay that much mind, so we won't talk about that on Friday. Daisy Jones and the Six teaser trailer offers glimpse at some kind of rock band. Riley Keough, Sam Claflin, leading rock band. What is this? For Prime Video limited series. Okay, so it's a series. I haven't watched that. I don't have Prime. I'm going to sign up for Prime when we're done watching The Last of Us again, because I prefer Prime. I do over Crave or HBO. Let's take a look at that. Yeah, we'll get to the Violent Night 2 in a moment. Neve Algar was a security guard on Wrath of Man. Oh, was she? Okay. Wrath of Man. Yeah, I watched that one. That was a long time ago, though. That was like, that's on Netflix too right now, right? Wrath of Man. That's Statham. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. She was good, and she was just like the intro, right? Or no? Yeah, she was a better part of that. Uh, she was the mother, right? Feeding the kid. Sorry, spoiler alert for Wonder if you haven't seen it. Interesting. Yeah. See what else is coming up in her um, biography here. What she's got coming up on her slate. Culprits, Mooring, Sweet Dreams, and Malpractice TV series. So a couple of TV shows and a couple of movie projects. Very interesting. Yeah, I do remember her in this, and she was in The Wrath of Man, huh? She's a security guard. Actually, I think I remember this one. I like this one. It was like a heist told from different angles, right? Josh Hartnett was in that too, right? And they were drivers of like those armored trucks and stuff like that. Jeremy Donovan, yeah, I like that. It was there was like a couple of double crosses that you didn't see coming. I remember this one. It was good. This one was a good movie. Kind of a sleeper hit. All right, before we get into some more headlines, guys, I put up a poll that's up on the channel right now. I implore everybody to go over and check that out. There's a poll that maybe I can pull up here and just for our Saturday's movie watch along, and I put up 3 options. I put up 3. I wasn't going to, but I did because I can't. The movie poll is out right now. Oh, one person has already voted. So yeah, it's just a brand new poll, right? For this Saturday, 1 p.m., which may switch to the mornings coming next week. So we'll go over and vote in that poll. And as I said, come probably 5 p.m.-ish Friday afternoon. I know the polls will still be up, but I'll just take whatever one gets the most votes. So you got Last Night in Soho, Candyman, or Old for this Saturday, our horror movie watch along. And if we don't watch one of the other ones, guys, don't worry. We're not going to forget about it. We'll keep it in the queue. And I really need to start getting into Patreon and putting up polls like this and just doing watch-alongs on Patreon as well. Because maybe that's what I need to do, is to get people driving towards this and that. Find out that people, hey, you can request things here on this channel, and you can actually come and watch the full movie with us, kind of thing. Because I'm smart enough to know how to do it all. I don't see anybody else doing what I do. When they do watch-alongs, it's just them sitting here like this in front of the camera, right? The way that I used to do it. But I'm cunning enough, I'm smart enough, that I figured it out. I know how to use this to my advantage. I know how to go ahead and look for any possible things that might get us flagged. I've really refined it and honed it down. Um, so what's going to happen is that once we get through the next week here or so um, from the schedule, I'm going to post the schedule on a on every Sundays, guys. Every Sunday, the upcoming week here will be full of movies that we'll be watching long that you guys will pick from polls like we just did. It'll show up here on Sundays. It'll be up, and we'll just roll like that. Starting next week, we'll be watching on the franchise movie day Monday on Wednesdays. We'll be starting into the Scream franchise, building up towards Scream 6 that comes out in March 10th. So we'll be watching all 5 Scream movies together every Wednesday, guys. Look forward to that. Retro movies will be up for polls. Next week, I think I'm going to be putting in. I know that Universal Soldier will be one of those retro movies that we'll take a look at. Yeah, as a possible thing that, and maybe a History of Violence, or maybe Universal Soldier. It's so bizarre, but I'll take suggestions from you guys as long as I can find it on things that we on streaming services that we can find, right? And then catch-up movies will be movies like from last year, which reminds me, I need to fix that. Let's see if I can pull this up here. Last year. Okay, so I was just putting together the old spreadsheet for this year. If you don't know how this works, guys, this is something that I usually do at the end of every 6 months. So I can wipe out this. This is what the best and worst was from last year, right? So I'll wipe that out. Delete all that, because we're starting a new year. Now, this isn't the list that of the movies that I've seen this month, because obviously I'm going to put in here at the bottom, I'm going to put in Women Talking here, because I just saw that this week, but it was slated for last year, and I'll put in Duel, right? We just watched Duel together from last year, so we can now remove Duel from Still to See, and we can remove Women Talking. Yeah, and then I'll just close these up and move it up. And slowly but surely, guys, on our catch-up days, on Tuesdays, hopefully we will catch up with some of these as I find them on streaming services. Yeah, only 13 left that I want to see from last year. Okay. Oh, sorry, I didn't put in The Man Called Otto. Man Called Otto. Man Called Otto, right? So The Man or A Man Called Otto? The Man? A Man Called Otto. Yeah, with Tom Hanks. So we're going to review here in just a few moments. So I'm just updating my list here. And coming towards the end of the month here, I'm going to just rank the movies that I've seen and let you know from best to worst to see if people enjoy it kind of like that format. Maybe, yeah, because next Tuesday is the 31st. So maybe we'll do a ranking of movies here that we've seen for January. Now, is that the 5th one? Is that all that we're going to see this year? Let me just insert this. Let me just copy this. And paste that into here. James, what are you doing? Copy. Paste. Paste, James. Paste. There we go. All right. Yeah. Have you seen the remake? Did you know that it was a remake of A Man Called Ovi? I did when I was looking up research for this, for A Man Called Otto, which I never saw the remake of it. So there we go. Yeah, that's a little bit tighter, right? So we can delete this cell. Sorry, I love playing with spreadsheets. I do. It's fun. Okay, so A Man Called Otto. So I've seen 5 movies this year, and I think, guys, this weekend I am going to be able to sneak out because I saw on an updated schedule that I will be seeing this movie. I'm going to be seeing Infinity Pool. Now I'm going to have to drive about 50 kilometers. No, it's not even 50. It's about 30. Probably a little bit less than that too. Just to the next town over for me, so it's not that far away. Brendan Cronenberg's film with Mia Goth and Alexander Skarsgård. So I'll be seeing 6 films by the end of this month. I'm looking forward to it. And those will be the movies that I've seen this month. I'll be looking forward to that. Let's just hit the old save button there on the old Excel sheet. Excel spreadsheet. Wow. Whew. All right. Where are we at? Let's get into a review here. Let's do a quick review. Let's do a review for Women Talking. This will be cut out later, and this will be posted up on the channel by itself, guys. So bear with me here as we go through this. Do I need to put in a Women Talking trailer into this? Some footage? Maybe I will. I'm going to pull up the a trailer for this, and we'll take a look at some of the screenshots from this. Are you going to watch You People on Netflix Friday? That's that Jonah Hill one, right? That one doesn't really intrigue me, to be honest. I know that it's yeah, people will be anticipating that one for sure. I don't know. Eddie Murphy, right? Okay, so there we go. Let's start into this. This one is going to be rough, guys. I don't know how to say this and be, well, I got to be precise here with my words. And I don't want to step on anybody's feelings with this one. So let me just kind of reiterate this again. Women Talking! Welcome to Mirror Domains, and this is my review for Women Talking. And I have to be careful here with the way that I give my thoughts about this movie here, because it is up for Best Picture of the Year at the Academy Awards, and I went and saw it the other day, and here are my quick little thoughts on it. Let's go over to the IMDb, and I'll read you the synopsis. That I can't use that, James. Yeah. Okay, so that didn't work. Oh, Jesus. Oh, we'll start that again. Because I can. Women Talking! Welcome to Mirror Domains! And this is my review for Women Talking. Now, guys, this was out in limited release last year, and it's been nominated for Best Picture. So I have to be careful with my words here. I have to be careful with the way that I'm conveying my thoughts, because there are some things in here that I may say that will get you triggered. What's it about? Women Talking? Well, it's, according to IMDb, it says, do nothing, stay and fight, or leave. In 2010, the women of an isolated religious community grapple with the reconciling of a brutal reality with their faith. Now, it says faith there. It's directed by Sarah Polley. The movie stars Rooney Mara, Claire Foy, Jessie Buckley, Frances McDormand, Judith Ivey, and Emily Mitchell, Kate Harlett. Guys, it's a good cast. Sheila McCarthy is in there as well. It's a good cast. It's not quite the movie that I thought it was going to be. If you saw my straight out of the theater reaction for it, that's up on the channel right now. You'll see what I mean. My reaction to it was kind of like, oh, well, it's really about a bunch of women talking. And I don't mean that in a negative way. Do you see what I mean here? I got to be a little bit careful as I negotiate this movie review, because you could see that this could have been easily a stage play, and I'm sure that it probably was made with that in mind, right? Because it does take place in one primary location of these women talking in a barn, talking about the situation at hand, that these women in this community were abused, and it's pretty much like what, an Amish or Mennonite community or something like that, where they don't use electricity or anything like that, right? And I gotta say that the performances in it were, for the most part, really, really good. In fact, well, there was no bad performance in this. But you have to bear this in mind when you watch it. It takes place mostly in this location, okay? And it doesn't necessarily do a good job of concluding the way that you think that it would traditionally conclude, right? They just have to hash out, we're getting our word to us, we're getting sexually abused, and we're getting attacked, we're getting hit, and we can, as the synopsis says there, you can either do nothing, stay, or fight, and that's what it's about. They're talking about the situation. What are they going to do? What are the pros and cons of the situation? Now, the movie comes in just at an hour and 44 minutes. It does move rather quickly, but I found myself a couple of times thinking, we've gone over this material before. It just like about 10 minutes ago. Why are we going over this again? And that happens a couple of times. And I think that's the directing choice that Sarah Polley was using because, careful here, James, careful. I think that's the way that women mostly talk. I've had a number of, not arguments all the time, but I've had a number of conversations where I think that we're done talking about a subject with women, and like 10 minutes we're like, okay, we're done. It's settled. It's a settled matter. But then like 10 minutes later, it comes back up again, and it's like, I thought this was settled. And it's sort of that, those kinds of things happen in this movie where it's kind of like, well, we just finished talking about that like 10 minutes ago and we're talking about it again. That came up a couple of times, and I don't know if that's going to jar people the wrong way. Am I supposed to be the target demographic for this? I don't know, but it was nominated for Best Picture, so I had to go check it out. And I've become a huge fan of Jessie Buckley since I watched Men last year, Alex Garland's Men. Claire Foy is also in this, and I am a huge Rooney Mara fan. And it was kind of funny, not funny because Rooney Mara and Claire Foy do sit together side by side a couple times in this movie, and I'm like, those are two of the girls with the dragon tattoo right there, right? Two of the girls that played her. But Rooney Mara is great in this too. And actually, surprisingly enough, so is Ben Whishaw in this. He's the only adult male that I think you see in this. All the others are kind of off screen, and I think if you do see them, it's just quickly, right? Overall, is it Best Picture material? I don't know if I would say so. Let's go over to the Rotten Tomato meter here and see what people are saying. 90% by the critics, 88% by the audience. I saw this in an art house film theater, so it's kind of like it wasn't playing in the mainstream theaters, so it got a lot of the art house film crowd, and I'm sure that they'll like this. I'm not sure exactly if it would land with a wider audience. But I checked it out because, as I said, I like the cast. I'm a fan of Rooney Mara, and I'm really liking what Jessie Buckley's doing between this and Men. Let's take a look at some of the snapshot reviews here, and we'll see if we agree with them. It's a film with so much depth, and of course, one of the greater casts you'll see this year, well, from last year. This is a good cast. Women Talking is full of phenomenal acting by a group of actors at the top of their game. Well-crafted and well-meaning, Sarah Polley, the director, is a real talent. Yes, she is. Let's take a look at some of the bad reviews here. It tries so hard to be relevant that the dialogue sounds like smarmy #MeToo posts you might find on Instagram. It's got a very it'll be opened up to attack and ridicule from people that don't like that whole woke idea kind of stuff, right? That's what this movie's addressing too, right? It's talking about that bigotry aspect that goes along and is usually associated with that kind of a hashtag. And let's take a look at one more bad review here. The subject matter is powerful, but despite a number of fine performances, women talking is never quite able to find its voice. Well, it does say a couple. I thought it did. It does make clear what their decision is by the end of the movie, and it does make it clear why they made the decision that they did. So I enjoyed it for that. And as I said, it's about an hour and 44 minutes long. My criticism coming out of it wasn't the subject matter, wasn't the acting, or the so-called wokeism. When I hear that, I just kind of like, just get away from me, people. I have nothing to do with you. Which I was worried with my initial reaction that a lot of people might take it that way. Here's the thing. They're saying in this movie that the whole colony has been corrupted by the men, that they are all conspiring to conceal this crime and work together to make sure that due to their beliefs that you should forgive and move on, right? So that these crimes of abuse will continue on and on and on again, till finally the women have to make a huge decision as to what to do. Despite that happening, and I understand that, yes, a lot of the men and other people too, other women too, and there's not all the women agree with their decisions, right? As Frances McDormand plays one of those characters that goes against what they're talking about, right? But where were the men, right? Not all men, despite being taught a certain way, will think this way and agree of doing it this way. You're telling me that in that entire colony, there wasn't one other guy that said, you treated my mama how? You treated my sister how? Come here, we're going to talk. We're going to talk, and I'm going to deal with you right now. There was no other guy in that colony that was like that. That would have been like me. Like, I said Superman coming out, right? Because idols are very important to young boys. And yeah, I like Superman. It's just that ideology that you put the betterment of everybody else ahead of yourself. This kind of thing. It's just ingrained in me. I could never do anything what some of these guys were doing to some of these women in here. And if I ever heard of it, I would just come out, is that what you're doing? Boy, you better leave. I would make them leave the colony, and they would never even have to talk about this, because I would deal with the situation. And in that, it sort of made me a little bit angry that we never saw any inkling of another guy, aside from Ben Whishaw, who was there to kind of like take notes of it and stuff like that. But it was a powerful message. It's worth checking out because of that. I'm sorry that I ranted, and I hope I didn't offend anybody with my thoughts on this subject, right? About it's because it is a delicate subject, and they are trying to promote a good message here, that when you're in a situation of such dire needs that these women were in, their outcome and their story is something that's worth being told. And I would say that it is worth checking out. I would give Women Talking an 8 out of 10. And I would almost flirt with an 8.5. If somebody said it was an 8.5, but it does have some story issues in there. And I think it's because Sarah Polley maybe not be as refined as a director as some people are claiming, but she'll get there. She'll get there. And based on that alone, guys, Women Talking is worth going to see if you can go out and see it in the theater. And if not, it'll be out on streaming pretty soon. Those are my thoughts on it. What do you guys think about it? Let me know in the comments below, and we will talk about it. Hourglass Vikings in the live chat. Yes, we do live shows here on the channel all the time, guys. Says, if the women are traumatized by their shared experience, they would go over the scenarios repeatedly to make sense of it, like PTSD. Or were you meaning them being argumentative and wanting the last word? Well, there is one in there that does want to always have the last word and stuff like that. And she lashes out and stuff. But it's not like that. It's kind of like just the retreading of ideas. It's kind of like we just did a scene of this before. Why are we doing a scene of it again, kind of thing. One final thing that I want to jump out here, besides the cast that everybody's been talking about, Frances McDormand was a smaller part in this, but this older mother, she did fantastic. And you guys, if you don't know, we did a reaction to a movie here on the channel called The Devil's Advocate. and she was the mother in that, and she was phenomenal in this too. She was the one that said, "Behold, I send you out as sheep amongst the wolves." Yeah, in that movie, and she plays the older kind of motherly role in this movie, and she's not being talked enough of, because she helps corral the group together a couple times in it, and she's good. She was good. So hopefully she gets a little bit more recognition too. She's in the background there. Women Talking, guys. What do you guys think about it? Let me know in the comments below. Hit that thumbs up button, subscribe, and I'll see you next time on Mirror Domains. Sorry. Whoops. Did that? I hiccuped that, right? We'll be talking about a man called Otto next, guys. We'll be talking about a man called Otto. Man called Otto. Yeah. For sure. Yeah. Sorry if I didn't mean to be too offensive there with that. Because it is tricky talking about how women talk. The movie's called Women Talking, and I think they were trying to make a point about that, right? They were trying to make a point about how women process information and stuff like that. So while I was seeing things that were familiar to me, it wasn't necessarily a negative thing either. That's what I was also trying to say too. Some people may watch my video and just take a few clips from it and say, well, you don't know what you're talking about. It's kind of like, did you hear everything that I was saying? I think my criticisms, for the most part, were well-founded. Rooney Mara was great in it, though. She was good. Okay. Let's go over and take a look at some movie news headlines while we're up. See what's going on out there on the old movie web. Paw Patrol, the Mighty. Yeah, there's going to be another Paw Patrol movie. Sorry. James Gunn teases how much the DC slate will see this month. Well, that's what we're waiting for, James. We're waiting for this slate that you said was supposed to come out this month. And hey, we only got 6 days left. James Gunn, where's this slate announcement that you were supposed to come out? I'm guessing it's probably only going to be a few things, probably. We'll take a look at this. Let's see what somebody said here. Tell us when you will announce the 8 to 10 year plan. And James Gunn says, I'm not announcing the 8 to 10 year slate, just a few projects from the first chapter. Okay, well, we know that we're already going to get that new Superman when he's like in his 20s at the Daily Planet, right? I hope that we're going to get an announcement for what's going on with Batman and hopefully Wonder Woman. If is Gal Gadot in or out? Yeah, we need answers, James. We do. We're coming down to the end of the month here. And why are you holding this back? Is it for some Super Bowl announcement? I don't know what's going on with that. We'll be keeping our eye on that towards the end of the week. Maybe we'll hear something. This broke last night too. I pulled this and we were going to talk about it on Friday's show that Universal is not moving forward with that Madonna biopic. That kind of sucks. I was kind of looking forward to that because I do like Madonna, and I hear multiple reasons. One, that she was going to go back out on tour, so she's producing it, and she apparently wanted to direct it as well. So it's kind of like there just wasn't time to do this anymore. She's still, there's still time. There's not a rush for the Madonna biopic. But what it means is that girl from Ozark may not be playing Madonna anymore. Because I guess they were in talks, right? She was in talks. Who was it? Yeah. A League of Their Own. And actually, I don't mind her as an actress. I liked her in the Dick Tracy movie. I was rooting for her. But Julia Garner there. She was going to be in line, the number one pick from apparently Madonna herself to play her. I could see some Madonna in here a little bit. She's a good actress, we know that. But apparently it's dead at Universal. I'll read more into that when we probably on Friday's show. Just a quick little headline there. Nicolas Cage's Dracula and Renfield. Okay. 10 movie villains who redeemed themselves. Those ones are always fun, right? The menu inspiration behind the movie. I wish Crave got the menu. I really do, because we would be watching that one. Maybe I can find a copy of that on Blu-ray or something. The official last one, Renfield introduces to a new Dracula. Well, we know that. Sofia Coppola film ranked. I do like Sofia Coppola. I think she's fantastic, and I do like. My favorite movie of hers is Marie Antoinette, daughter of Francis Ford Coppola. I know people rag on her for being in Godfather Part 3. I didn't think she was that bad, though, in that. And I do find her quite striking. It was supposed to be Winona Ryder in that role, but just due to scheduling conflicts and stuff. I think she's a great, and she could have, she learned from a master, right? Francis Ford Coppola. So let's see what their rankings are. Yeah, she's going to be doing a movie next year called Priscilla, right? With that's about Priscilla Presley and Elvis. More from Priscilla's side of things. On the Rocks with Rashida Jones. I do like Rashida Jones. I don't know if I've ever seen that one. And Bill Murray. Somewhere. Stephen Dorff and Elle Fanning. That one sounds vaguely familiar. The Beguiled. Elle Fanning again. Nicole Kidman is in that. That's one, and Kirsten Dunst, right? Yeah, that's the one where a bunch of women are living in this house, and a stranger comes along, and they all fall in love with him or something, right? I need to revisit that one. I don't know if I've ever seen The Bling Ring, right? Yeah, she did a version of The Bling Ring with Emma Watson. Virgin Suicides. Yeah, that one will be up there for a lot of people. So she's worked with Kirsten Dunst like 3 times now, right? Beguiled is a remake of the old Clint Eastwood movie, is it? Second is Lost in Translation with my ScarJo and Bill Murray. Okay. ScarJo is awesome. She really is. And number 1 is Marie Antoinette. We should watch that one together, guys. It's such a different take, and it doesn't end with her being beheaded, and I like the story choices in it, too. It's very stylized, too. I think that's my favorite movie of hers, for sure. And it had a very young Tom Hardy in it. It did. Cool movie. All right. I think that's all for Movie Web, right? What's up on Screen Rant? Gladiator 2 will start. Filming start delayed due to Star's theatrical performance. What? Well, they cast that guy who just got nominated for Best Picture, right? Or Best Acting, Paul Mescal, due to his commitment with A Streetcar Named Desire. Yeah, because apparently he was going to be in this. Now, I heard that it hadn't been greenlit yet by any studio. That basically, I thought, my understanding was that Ridley Scott just put together the package, right? He said he's got the script, he's got the actor that he wants, and he's got the director. He's going to direct it, right? Paul Mescal. But now it's going to get delayed. Another delay. Guys, sooner rather than later, because Ridley Scott's, he's not getting any younger. Yeah. I'll keep my eye on that story. For Friday, our big kind of roundup. We're just kind of glossing it over here, guys. It's not meant to be anything serious of substance. The Winchesters, shocking MCU, Black Panther 2 deleted scene, Ahsoka. All right, not too much here. Velma misses. Yeah, I'm not gonna hate watch Velma. I know that people are doing it out there. Not gonna do it. Attack the Block 2 compared to Attack the Block 2 compared to Terminator 2 and Aliens in confident update. This is that John Boyega Alien movie, right? And I know that they were trying to get an Attack the Block 2 off the ground. Just never seemed to materialize. It seems like last year we were talking about this. We want to do it, but it's the very right way, right? Because, you think about Alien and Aliens, Terminator 1 and 2, and we want to take a shot at doing our version of what people did for those movies. Well, here's the brutal and honest truth, John Boyega. While people really enjoyed the kind of like the sleeper hit of Attack the Block, Attack the Block was no Terminator 1, and it was no Alien. It wasn't on that caliber of film, right? I applaud you for trying to reach and, want to have that grandiose scope to it. So if they can get that, yeah, sure, why not? For Attack the Block 2. I'll keep my eye on that one. Paul Mescal, Oscar-nominated Irish actor. If he wins, he may be a big draw for Gladiator sequel. Yeah, I think he will. Okay, guys, we've been jammering on for like 47 minutes. Jeez, sage crackers. Okay, this is not what I intended to do. Whoops, sorry. I just intended to get on here and talk for like half an hour, but hey, we're having fun. That's what we do. And this is what opens up. We don't have to be by a time schedule anymore. It happens. Okay, so let me reset and we'll talk about A Man Called Otto. Okay, I just had to reset the poster there because if I didn't take out the, that's just a OBS thing. If I didn't take out the women talking poster, every time I switch here, it'll go to the women talking. Okay. A Man Called Otto. Tom Hanks. Is it a good movie? Let's talk about it. A Man Called Otto stars Tom Hanks and came out this year, guys. Have you seen it? I guess it sort of came out limited release last year too, but it's a remake, right? Otto is a grump who's given up on life following the loss of his wife and wants to end it all. When a young family moves in nearby, he meets his match in a quick-witted Marisol, leading to a friendship that will turn his world around. Now, when I went out and saw this movie, guys, I didn't know the synopsis completely. I just saw the trailers, and in the trailers, you just saw that he was a grumpy man. Now, in that synopsis, it kind of spoils things a little bit, especially in that first sentence where it says he's a grump who's given up on life following the loss of his wife and wants to end it all. And that last part of the sentence is very much what this entire movie is about. It is about a man who's felt like he's come to the conclusion of what his life has become. And you're working with top talent with Tom Hanks, so you are going to be on board with the character, and the acting definitely keeps you in there. But my initial impressions of this, when I came out of the theater, was a touch long. And could it have been told in a tighter frame? I think so. Because the runtime came in at 2 hours and 6 minutes. You could have easily chopped out 20 minutes of this and it would have been a lot more tighter, a lot more efficient, because it's one of those movies where it just, oh, we're ended now, right? And then it just goes on. And then it goes on. And it goes on. And you're like, what's happening here? It wants to make a point about something. And it's like, okay, but did we really have to take that long to make that point? Did we? Did we really? Now, I know that Tom Hanks and his wife did produce this as well with, I think, with Brad Pitt. Directed by Mark Forster. Directing was, aside from the editing, was serviceable. And yeah, this Marisol is the wife of the neighbor that moves in, and they have 2 daughters. Well, the third one on the way. The husband's kind of a klutz. Everybody in the neighborhood is kind of caricatures of aspects of society, kind of thing. That's the way I felt. He's one of those characters where it's kind of like it has to be done a certain way, and if it's not done that certain way, then you're not doing it the proper way. And I'm going to come out and I'm going to be like timing you by a watch to make sure that you don't stay there any longer than you should be there and stuff like that, or that kind of person. And I got the impression that it was going to be like a feel-good kind of thing where, yeah, he's a grumpy kind of guy. It does have a positive message, I suppose. But for me, it took a little bit longer to get there. Let's go over to the tomato meter and see what people are saying about it. 69% by the critics, 185 reviews, and 97 by the audience. So A Man Called Otto. So people are liking it more than critics. The typical audience, well, not typical, but the audience that I saw it were of the older generation. I don't expect that you would see a bunch of teenagers going out to see a movie like this. So maybe that's why the rating's a little bit higher for the audience score. That's just my supposition. And it does have a few things in here that they were maybe, if somebody said that they were trying to put in a little bit of a woke agenda, I could see that. Did it bother me? No, it didn't. The Observer says, a follow-the-dots flick with a few moments of charm that aims to be a feel-good crowd pleaser but lacks enough freshness and insight to make it anything special. Yeah, because as I said, that last sentence in that opening synopsis statement, there's a couple scenes in it where you're like, hey, whoa, this is supposed to be a comedy. This is supposed to be a comedy. Are you going to go there? And they go there, and it's kind of like, I don't know if that's going to work for everybody. I don't know. Because it's a brash change in tone. That one moment it wants to be a funny comedy and make fun of his obsessive compulsive desire to be everything proper and stuff, and then it's kind of like a serious dramatic moment. And I don't know if, I will declare that the director did not handle that mix very well. He didn't handle that balance very well. Let's take a look at a bad review here from the Chicago Reader, who says, I haven't read the 2012 Swedish book or the 2015 film that is based on, but I can't imagine either could be a half as tone deaf. Tone deaf. I don't know if I agree with that. With cowardly mildness, this white bread mush misuses its stars likability. Tom Hanks, trying to be grumpy yet endearing, has the opposite impact. He's somehow less endearing than he's been before. Well, that was the point. They were trying to drive that point home, and he does a good job of it. He's Tom Hanks, right? And there's a duality in this story that it's not revealed too much, at least in the trailer that I saw. Because as you see him here, there's a lot of flashbacks to his life and how he got to be the person that he was. And I liked it for that. Who played the younger Otto? I almost am tempted to say that it was somebody who was related to him. And let me just pull up the IMDb here. Younger Otto. All right. Why are you not saying it? But there was a certain delivery about the rest of the cast in the neighborhood and people in the stores and stuff that it felt a little sitcom-y at times. It did. I'm not going to lie about that. Let's take a look at the younger Otto. Who played him? Come on, James, you should have pulled this up a little earlier. Child Otto, young Otto, Truman Hanks. plays him. So is that related to him? He's got to be. Is his son? Does Tom Hanks have two sons? Who is this? Truman Hanks. Tom Hanks' sons. Okay. How many siblings? Because I know Colin Hanks, right? He was in King Kong. Truman Hanks. Okay. Yeah, he plays like the younger version of him in this. So that like there's that duality there that I did find fascinating to see. Kind of them like bouncing back and forth off of each other. That's interesting. That was interesting to see. But I find that Colin Hanks looks a little bit more like him than Truman Hanks does. But maybe Colin's a little too old for it now. But anyway, A Man Called Otto, guys. I think I would perhaps have to agree a little bit more on the side of the critics here. With 6.9, I would probably give A Man Called Otto a 6.5 out of 10, a 6.5 for A Man Called Otto. It's not something that's going to resonate with you. Maybe it all depends on where you are in your life, right? What kind of challenges you have, if it will resonate with you or not. But as far as acting, some of it was a little over the top and a little bit hammy, especially from her. But there is a couple good scenes between her and Otto that do pay off. It does pay off. How do I say this? It was kind of like trying to be between like that mix that I was talking about. Yeah, I'm just looking up something here. Not the mule, James. I forgot that name of that movie. Anyway, that's it, guys. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments below, and we'll talk about it. You're watching Mirror Domains. And no, Clint Eastwood. What was one of his last movies? He's an old guy who helps out Gran Torino. Gran Torino. Yeah, it's a little bit. It was trying to be like Gran Torino at one point, with Clint Eastwood being that grumpy old guy, and then it would be try to be funny and levity with like her, right? And it just didn't work. It didn't work as well. That's what I felt. All right. Well, wow. That's all I got in the can for today, guys. I didn't expect to be jammering on for that long. And I'll cut those out and put those up as single reviews. Oh, we got a new poster for Shazam. Cool. New poster for Shazam. Fury of the Gods. Do you think Zachary Levi is done? I think somehow they're going to be able to save this, because we didn't see Superman, right? In the first movie, we just saw the suit, and they could have said that could be anybody, right? Okay. Arglass says, yeah, Truman Hanks was the non-actor who was asked to play his younger son, yeah. Chet Hanks? Was Chet Hanks was somebody else? Wow. Mina Massoud and Patty Considine to star in sports drama Giant based on the life of boxing champion Prince Nassim. Well, we just saw Patty in House of the Dragon, and he did phenomenal in that. I'm looking forward to more work from him. Good actor. Very good. New trailer for James. Oh, yeah, we saw that. Mia Goth accepts audience members' script Q&A for Infinity Pool. Yeah, as I said, guys, maybe this weekend. I'm going to go out and see this. I know that the early buzz for the Infinity Pool is not the greatest, but I still want to see it. Dead Man's Shoes would be a good retro movie. Oh yeah, I need to post that retro. I need to post the start time for Mortal Kombat tomorrow, guys. Streetcar Named Desire with Paul Mescal, Patsy Farron. Okay. Kiwi Kwan, reacts to his Oscar nomination. Madonna biopic canceled. Yeah, we know that. And then it just goes into a bunch of Oscar stuff. Okay. Yeah. Megan is now out on VOD. Is it? Is it out on the VOD? Huh. Imagine if we did a full watch along for that. Barry Keoghan. Keoghan? Colin Farrell. Yeah. Killing of the Sacred Deer. That's a movie that I hated. I hated it when that movie came out. I was just so angry, so upset when that movie finished. I was like, I wanted to just get on the internet and rage. But it was one of those movies that was so powerful that when you sat down and you thought about it afterwards, it was like, yeah, Colin Farrell does a great job in that movie. So does Barry. Barry does a good job of being like that weird kind of character that gets under your skin. And what just made me angry was that why did this situation happen? And, well, they do have good on-screen chemistry. They do. And when you see them in Banshees of Inisherin, it pays off for sure. But yeah, Killing of a Sacred Deer. Maybe someday we'll watch that one together, guys, because that one, it's hard hit. It's a hard-hitting movie. Paul Mescal. All right. Guys, I've been streaming for about 3 hours today. Austin Butler. Yeah, we're going to see him as Fade this year, guys, in Dune Part 2. And Dune Part 1 is on the list, too. Somewhere along the lines, let's end with this. Somewhere with the schedule here, we have to fit in All Quiet on the Western Front because we want to make sure that we're comprehensively following. I want to make sure that I'm seeing all the big movies from the Academy Awards. It's sitting there on Netflix. The thing is that it's like 3 hours, right? It's 3 hours long. Let me just pull up my Netflix here. I may try to squeeze it in on Friday afternoon, this Friday. It's the only other day that I think that I would be able to fit it in. Let me just pull up All Quiet on the Western Front here. Okay, so no, it's not. It's not 3 hours. It's an hour and 2 hours and a half. 2.5 hours. So maybe Friday afternoon, guys. What do you think about watching this German movie? It'll give us coverage. Once again, it shows like the wide variety of the types of movies that we watch. We watched Duel today and watched All Quiet on the Western Front. And then it seems like we may end up watching Candyman on Saturday.
Alles in Ordnung?
Really, really.
Ja, möchte noch nicht loslegen.
For sure.
Abflug.
All right. Guys, that's all I got. What I'm going to do later on today, we'll post I got a nice video that I quick little short, like a 20-second short that I want to share with you guys about Star Wars: The Empire Strikes Back. Maybe even 2 quick shorts. Because I finally got the piece for the VCR to transfer over VCR tape to my computer. And I want to show people the differences between all, like I've got the original version of the movies, right? Without all the special effects updates and like the old edits and stuff. And I want to show you my reactions to the different takes. I'm up for a poignant war movie. All Quiet on the Western Front would be good. Yeah, so maybe we'll do that for Friday, guys. It's fun. That's what I like to do to relax. Just pick up the old guitar. When I was just jamming there, I didn't know what I was going to play next. Because I'm just in my head, I'm hearing it as I'm playing it. Yeah. Did the blizzard arrive? Yes, it did. I don't know if I can show you that, guys. I don't know if the... Yeah, no, it's... No, it's too bright out there. I don't have the... but it's there. I have to go take out the garbage later and make sure that my car is all covered off from snow. Guys, I got nothing else in the can, so if there's anything else, thank you very much for joining me. This is just kind of like the post show, kind of like the after show. Where's my pick? I don't have a pick. I saw Night Court episode 3 last night, and I didn't like it too much either, so I didn't bother making a video about it. Yeah. Would you drive to see Infinity Pool in bad weather? I suppose your main roads are well treated. Well, I'd actually had to drive on back roads to see Infinity Pool. That's what I meant by waiting to see which day on this weekend. But I will try to see it so that I can add it to that repertoire. And I just watched somebody's reaction of Pearl yesterday, so I revisited that movie. God, Mia Goth is so great. She truly is. Like that audition scene and her reaction after. She's like, I'm a star. It's like, wow. big fan of music knows that I just played all the major chords of D major. Well, guys, I think that's it for me today. Thank you very much for joining me. This is what the new schedule is going to allow us to do. Just open it up a little bit more, have fun like this, talk about movies and stuff in our little free times here, because it is it takes most of the morning to put together the show when I do it like this. I spend about an hour and a half putting together all the stories, putting all the graphics together and stuff like that. That takes time. And in doing it like this, doing it a little bit more raw, and relegating it to only 2 times a week, I think I'm just really enjoying it. Well, we'll see. We're going to try it out for a couple of weeks. And as I include you guys into it, into the decision-making processes as to which movies are coming up, I think you guys will like it a lot more too. So hit that thumbs up button, guys. Subscribe, and I'll see you next time on Mirror Domains.